Okay guys, so it turns out I am not taking the Cruiser. The Cruiser has a deeper issue. It came out this morning and it would not start again. And it's actually really a positive that it didn't happen here, because I've determined that the problem actually isn't in the, I don't have a fuel pump problem, even though it appears like a fuel pump problem. I need a carburetor rebuild, okay? And there's a problem with the float level on the carburetor. So things are about to get real right now, and we're gonna go on a Citroen road trip. What's happening with this Cruiser is that the Weber downdraft carburetor that it has on it, I think there's something wrong with the float. And the float, it'll run at idle and feel good at idle, but as soon as you get on the power, it won't deliver enough fuel. And I've tried it, and it does it with both the mechanical fuel pump and the electric fuel pump. So we're gonna rebuild that carb. We're living dangerously today, boys. We are living dangerously in so many different ways, because if I break down, girlfriend's gonna be pissed. All right, let's go for this. Oh, Blessed Mary and Jesus, the charge adapter works. And we've got the, all right, so I'm not a man of prayer, but this is one of those situations where one needs a little prayer. I'm traveling title in hand to Wisconsin, the home state, the port of call for the Citroen, okay? We're gonna drive about 2 hours, if we're lucky. We've got the NOCO battery charger if we need it. We've got a phone. Jesus, take the wheel. Let's go. Welcome to another episode of White Lithium Eurotrash, boys. How often is it that a Toyota gets parked for reliability issues in favor of a Citroen? That doesn't happen every day. Only a truly fucked situation results in that. God. And the fucked situation is the fact that it's not Toyota, that some dude in California took all the Toyota shit off and put a Weber carburetor on it. God. It makes so much sense now. It's finally making sense. Whether I have the mechanical fuel pump or the electric fuel pump, it runs at idle at kind of medium speed, but when I start asking for more power, it won't do it. It's like it's not accepting the flow into the carb. Just had an amazing conversation with Rudy over at Citroen END Parts, who's kind of like the guy in the United States to get parts. I got a distributor cap, rotor, wires, wire insulators, some belts, just kind of tune-up stuff coming. This car needs that cap, but so far so good. We're cruising into the fancy town of Fontana, right here on the shores of Lake Geneva. So far so good. Probably driven about 40 miles so far. And interestingly, it's almost kind of, I don't know if it's warmed up or cleaned itself out a little bit, but I'm almost off the choke now too. Okay, now this is interesting, all right? So I am, for the very first time in the days since I've owned the car, completely choke off, all right? Still, it's idling too high. So now what I'm thinking, did somebody go and try and overcome the issues before by basically increasing the idle speed? Seems pretty likely. But I'm gonna take on a little bit of fuel and also give the car a little once over right now. As everybody knows, this is my preferred fuel, the Shell V-Power non-ethanol. I think the more clean fuel we cycle through the car, the better the carburetor is gonna run. Package of Saab stuff for the restoration of the green car. I was talking with Rudy, and he was saying, his family used to have a Citroen dealership in Canada, and he was a mechanic at that dealership, and he's just a wealth of information. What an amazing guy. It's the kind of person that is so invaluable in the classic car community. It's remarkable. You know how the car doesn't have any openings on the hood or a grille. It sucks in the air from underneath, and that airflow travels up through this channel, through the radiator. I've been driving it at highway speed for an hour, and it's barely warm. The belts, you know, all things considered, I got a set of belts because I just want to change them. They seem pretty good. This right here, this is not right. Yeah. But what Rudy was saying, which is so fascinating, is that this right here actually is a way to bleed the front brakes because it's so down in there. In order to make it easy to bleed, they've given you a remote bleeder, and it's connected to the carburetor. And this is the most fascinating thing, because the cars with the automatic transmissions, when you hit the brakes, it would actually kind of reduce the idle speed in order to make it easier to shift the automatic transmission. But for whatever reason, they preserved that feature on the manual transmission cars. And he also told me that the air filters are cleanable, and that back in the day they would tell you to clean them with gasoline of all things, but you can use a variety of different solvents. Yeah, I knock on wood, but I think I made the right choice today in terms of vehicles to drive. I will say that even in the couple of minutes that I've been here at this gas station, we have sunk down in the rear suspension, and you know, Rudy's saying that typically, as opposed to some other height control valve, the root cause is leakage through the hydraulic cylinder, and that this is indicating that you will need to have kind of a seal rebuild on that, which, hey, for me, that's rebuilding hydraulic cylinders on the suspension. That's a dream come true. Let's check the oil. One thing I don't like is how the dipstick is so far down in there. Where was it again? It's really not a convenient dipstick to get at all. You know, because the thing about this dipstick is it's hard to get a reading unless the car is cold. And we're in a slightly over nominal condition on the oil. Rudy did recommend a high zinc oil, which is, I use the high zinc 10W40 in the 1980 BMW also. A lot of these older kind of engines respond to that zinc from a lubricity standpoint. The coolant in the reservoir is also in a nominal condition. I just checked, so it hasn't leaked any out of there. It must have just been low from before. Well, let's continue the journey. You know, it was interesting that Rudy was just saying on the phone that the brake or the wagon body style is so rare because so many of them were used as commercial vehicles, and so they weren't preserved. Look at this little button right here that you press in order to lower you've got a few different positions you can put that tailgate in. All right, let's go ahead and see after this stop for fuel, while warm, if I can go back without having that choke back on position. Yep. Goes right back. You can feel it lugging the engine as we're kind of raising ourselves back up in the rear. Raise that booty. Cars need to be driven. Cars need to be driven. That's how you make a car work, is by driving it. Because also, when you're not driving the car, you don't discover what's wrong with it. got detoured. It is construction season in Wisconsin. Happy little accident. Beautiful drive. This detour is making me check out all these beautiful lakeside mansions around Lake Geneva. It's like so often like really wealthy people just want to be around other really wealthy people. It's like I don't know, my only dream in life is to simply be away, be isolated, be away from society. I don't want to be a part of this society anymore. All right, boys and girls, we are officially getting on the interstate for the first time. Had a bit of an issue at a stop sign about 10 miles ago. Car died on me and it didn't want to immediately restart. It did restart with the choke all the way in. It was like when I went back to my previous sort of starting concept with the choke out, it would not restart. It was like it was flooded. All right, here we go. Full send. Definitely a lot of wind noise, but hey, as a Saab man, I am well acquainted with the wind noise. All right, so I've got my pedal to the floor in 4th gear. We're going uphill, 65 miles an hour. Subaru's got to get around me. He's got a lot to do. It's a busy guy over there in that Subaru. They are busy. You know, it's interesting. Sorry, I don't have a microphone on right now, but the car, you know, 80 miles an hour is really no problem. This is a heavy, heavy, heavy car with a small 2-liter engine, an old small engine that actually dates to the 40s. And the idea that it's aerodynamically efficient enough to go this fast down the highway is a testament to how slippery the shape of it is. I'm sure the sedan is even more efficient than the brake, but I don't think it wants, it's not going to have the power to go to 90, but 80, 75 here, we're going the speed limit, no problem. Unfortunately, we're coming into Milwaukee now. The adhesive has failed on my mirror, so I no longer have a rear view mirror at this point, which, you know, least of my problems. Honestly, I think out here on the highway, this is where this car excels. This is like flying an airplane or sailing more than driving a car. You're just kind of, you've got to actively kind of keep it pointed, you know, because it just floats along, but it's like flying a Cessna 182 pretty much. Oh no, it's traffic season. God damn it. God, it would be so awesome to have a turbo on something like this. They do make turbo models of the later model, the CX. I think that's in my future. Just think about this driving experience. Unfortunately, because of the construction, I am going to take 94 right here. You know, think about this driving experience, but with a turbo, just that little extra kind of cylinder pressure to give you that oomph. Oh, that would be sublime. This doesn't feel unsafe. This doesn't feel like out of the ordinary for me in any way. I think we're good to go. The more we drive, the better the car runs. Something really interesting just happened also. My ex-wife just texted me, and she's like, I just opened up this old leather bag that I haven't opened in years, and she sent me a picture of this watch and this key to this safe deposit box, 2 things that were lost. In fact, years and years ago, we were on vacation in like Puerto Rico, and I had actually filed an insurance claim because I thought I had this watch. I had like left it in a car. It's a mechanical watch. Kind of a cool watch actually. It was worth thousands of dollars, and it just went missing online and I could not find it. And that was probably a decade ago. And then just weirdly, some sort of bag that she hadn't touched in years and years and years is just in there with this key to the safe deposit box that we've been looking for years and years and years, because we needed to get the stuff out of there for the divorce and everything. And it just goes to show that, you know, what is lost is very often found. And don't ever assume something is truly lost. Your Milwaukee Brewers. Come on, boys. I don't want to pay the prices to go to the game. Joe likes going to see the Brewers for like $50. I don't want to pay it. I'm not paying hundreds of dollars to go see the Brewers just to be disappointed again. But, you know, who knows? What is lost sometimes is found, and maybe the ability to win in the playoffs will be found by the Brewers. You never know. Over there is the Harley-Davidson Museum. We, of course, are going to Bayview. So we're going to go across the Hone Bridge. Not the Home Bridge, the Hone Bridge. Right around here, down there's the public market. When tourists come to Milwaukee, they tend to get stuck in this part of town. Oh, could have used a mirror about then. You would think the body would roll really bad in the curves because of the suspension and being such a heavy car, but it really doesn't. Oh God, we're climbing uphill. All right, full throttle. Fourth gear, full throttle. Yeah, it'll pull me up the hill over the bridge. Right over here to your right, of course, is where America's favorite excrement-based fertilizer is made, Milorganite, Milwaukee Organic Fertilizer. Buy it, put it on your lawn. It's our poop, it's good. Maybe some heavy metals in there, maybe some pharmaceuticals, who knows? We don't know. Over here to the left, of course, is beautiful Lake Michigan. Calm seas today. All right, we made it. With the choke all the way in. Idling crazy high and not completely there, but no problem. Oh my God. Oh, you can see it sinking as we speak. Damn. You boys ready to do some Saab restoration? Read it right here, because that's what's going to be happening. So stay tuned. Peace out.